Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Amari Kalia. Welcome. I wanted to do this quick video before I go into work. First of all, I'm in my car and it's hot. I'm in some shade, but the car is definitely on because I need some air. So hopefully y'all can hear it, but if y'all do, I'm sorry in advance. I really want to get this video out, so that's just what we're gonna do. So I want to talk about some things that I don't do and how it helps me to be on the straight and narrow path. If you are in the church or if you are just a spiritual / religious person, you may have heard the term being on the straight and narrow path before. Basically, that just means that like you're on this path that a lot of people do not take. You're on a path that's actually hard, it's challenging. You're not going to find a lot of people along the way, and you're just doing things a lot differently. And so for me, I feel like I've always been on a straight and narrow path unintentionally. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone. I'm not saying that, there are things that I haven't done, because obviously I have done things and will continue to do things in the future. But there are a lot of things that I just have not ever really been interested in that have helped me to be this person who is intentional, who's disciplined, who see things from a very spiritual level, and also someone who is always just like trying to grow and become better. And it's just who I am. Like, I've had to just embrace who I am. I've talked about that before on my channel. I think even in my last video, like, I just embrace who I am at this point, and everyone who knows me, they just accept me for who I am, or they don't. And everyone knows that, like, things that I'm about to tell y'all, like, I'm not making this stuff up. Like, this is just really who I am, and I'm proud of it. Some of the things I used to be a little insecure about, and I used to get called a grandma, lame, like all these things, and that stuff used to kind of like take a toll on me, but now I don't care. So let's just get into it. So like I said, these are things that I don't do as a 25-year-old black woman, married woman. I'm the oldest sibling. Like, just give you guys a little bit of context as I talk about these things. I'm Gen Z, so yeah, let's just get into it. So first thing, I don't go to the club. I haven't been to a club since 2022. The most club I've been to is a karaoke thing when I went to New York, but that wasn't a club. I would go to a lounge, maybe, but to me, like, it's just not fun to me. But the club specifically. So quick story time, and I feel like I've told this story before. The last time I went to the club, I went for my cousin's graduation. We went to celebrate her, and we went to a club. And at this point, I had already decided that I don't drink. So I hadn't drunk alcohol. At this point, the celebration was in December. I had stopped drinking in July. So like 6 or so months, I had already stopped drinking. So imagine going into the club sober, everybody else not sober, everybody else either high, drunk, or both, and I wasn't. And I remember just having this like out of body experience of feeling like I was in a place full of demons. Like, I know that's a bit extreme, but that's how I felt. And I'm not saying that those people were demons, but it was just the energy was so like dark to me, and I just was like, yeah, this is my last time ever going to the club. And like, I meant that. I have not been to the club since. And I'm not saying like I'm never ever in my life gonna go to a club again, because I can't tell the future, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't club. Like, it's just not something that I'm interested in doing. It's not something that's ever really been fun to me. When I went to the club, I was in college, and to be honest, those parties and stuff weren't really clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we were drinking, we were dancing to music, but it didn't feel like how clubs are now, where everybody just sit around and they stare at each other, they drink alcohol, and they look at what each other got on. Like, if I go to a club, like, I want it to be like where we're actually like dancing to the music, like we're actually having fun without being drunk. Like, I went on a cruise. Me and my sister, we went to the little club that was on a cruise. That was cool. Like, we were rapping and, singing to the music, and we would like get up and go on the dance floor, but like we were sober. So like, it was cool. But like going to the actual club where I gotta pay for a bottle. Like for me, I'm just say this, I don't go to the club because I don't drink. I know if I drink, it would be easier to go to the club because I wouldn't be sober, so I wouldn't be so like tight, and I wouldn't be so like, I guess, judgmental, if you want to say, but like it's just not something that I care about, and it's just not my way of having fun. And yeah, I think that it just keeps me on the straight and narrow path. There's nothing in the club for me. It's not how I choose to have fun, and it's not something that I think brings you any benefit. If you're somebody like me who has been blessed with this spirit of wanting to grow and be better and be a blessing to other people, you're not going to do certain things. If I'm like always going to the club, I can't operate at my highest level as a wellness coach where I am providing, coaching and guidance to people who are trying to change their health, who are trying to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was always in that type of environment, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to operate at my highest level. And I care to be a blessing to other people. So yeah, I don't go to the club. Like I said, it's been almost 3 years. At the end of this year, it'll be 3 years of me not going to the club, and I'm cool with that. I don't have any, when people say they go to the club, I don't feel no resistance towards it, in the sense of, no, I don't want to go. They don't even ask me no more. No one asked me to go to the club because they just know. Number 2, I don't drink or smoke. I've never smoked before. I smoked one time when I was in high school. I was a senior. I tried it once, never tried it again. Promise you, one time, never tried it again, never taken an edible, nothing. It's just not something that I've been interested in. For me, I've never been easily influenced. I've never been someone who wanted to do what everybody else was doing. Like I said, these things are really like my personality. I don't know if it's a personality thing, but like I've just never wanted to do it. Like it's never been like interesting to me. I don't think it's cute for women, but that's more of a personal opinion type thing. I don't think it's cute for anybody. Like I don't like to see anybody smoking anything. But yeah, I've never just been someone who cared to do that. Main thing with me when it comes to any type of substance, it alters your thinking capacity. It alters your brain, especially of course more things like cigarettes and things like that. But even with Mary Jane, I just think that, like I said, if you're somebody who wants to operate at your highest level, you're going to limit your vices. You're going to limit the substances that you intake. And I don't want to hear, oh, so-and-so is a millionaire and he still smokes marijuana. To me, I don't know if YouTube going to get me for saying that, but for me personally, like, when people ask me, like, why I don't drink, I say, why do I need to? And most of the time, they don't have an answer. They never have an answer that actually makes sense to me. So for me, those two things, those two vices and substances are things where I'm just like, why do I need them? Now, I used to be super judgmental about it. Like when I was in high school, I was so against it. Like you couldn't pay me. Like I would go head to head debating with people about it. But I also did an internship with Moms in Recovery when I was in college. And so I learned a lot about trauma, a lot about substance use, and I became fully aware of the fact that most of the time, pretty much all the time, when people take in substances in any type of vice, but we're just speaking on substances right now, 9 times out of 10, it's a coping mechanism, and they just get addicted to it. And that's what it all boils down to. And so now I have a higher understanding of it, and I'm not judgmental about it, and I understand why people do it. So when people do it and they say that they just do it to relax, or I'm in my head like, that's what you think, but really you're hiding from something. So for me, it's just not something that I choose to do, because I know the real reason why it became a thing and why people actually use it. And it also hurts me because I saw people who were trying their absolute hardest to stop taking these things. So to see people do it for leisure and for fun, it's, a slap in the face for those people who are trying to overcome something as strong as addiction. So it's just something that it's not something that I'm missing out on. It's not something that I yearn for. And I don't ever want to say I will never do something again, because you never know where life is going to take you. You never know what position you're going to be in. But I will say that it's not something that I ever want to do. And it's not something that I ever want to see myself doing. And so, yeah, I say that I'm on the straight and narrow when it comes to that, because your average Gen Z person, they do it. And, you know, they drink. Alcoholism and alcohol itself has just become so normalized. It's at the airport. It's everywhere you go. It's at the nail salon. It's at the movies. It's normal. And so I just choose not to intake in it, and I feel fine with that. I'm okay with it. I don't care. Next thing, I don't buy into materialism. I know y'all probably like, this girl lying, like she gotta do something. There are things I do. I love TV shows, okay? Love to watch TV shows. I've got out of binging TV shows, but I used to be a huge binger. I used to be real big into reality TV. And I used to drink. When I was in college, I did drink, don't get me wrong. But like when it comes to materialism, like and consumerism, I am not somebody who overly like cares to wear certain designer brands. I did have a little phase in college, of course, because I joined a sorority and we were, you know what I'm saying, we were going out and da-da-da-da. So yeah, I would use Klarna and Afterpay to get outfits. Oh my gosh, never would do that again. Now that I will say, I will never do that again. If I don't got it, I don't got it. But other than that, I grew up not having a whole lot. So that plays a role in it. Because some people, it has the opposite effect. Like if you don't grow up with a lot of times people chase after those things because they didn't have it as a kid. See, me personally, because I didn't have it, I feel like it's one of two things. It's just who I am as a person, but also it could be the fact that I didn't grow up with a whole lot. Like I couldn't get every single Jordan that came out. I've had one, like when I was a kid anyway, I got one pair of Jordans when I was in high school. Never got another pair of Jordans again until I became an adult. And I wear Dunks. I don't even wear like Jordans because I don't like them. But like other than that, like, so like for me, I didn't just get whatever I wanted. Like my dad was literally like asking me like, why do you want this? And I appreciate it to this day because I was raised to not overly like, what word am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I grew up to not place a lot of value on external things. Like my dad, he didn't let me wear makeup. He didn't let me get sew-ins. And yeah, I'm saying let me because I grew up with the parent who did or didn't allow me to do things. We don't see that nowadays, and sometimes that's seen as controlling, but no, I respect it, and that's how I'm going to be with my kids. I didn't get my first sew-in until my 12th grade prom. Of course back then I didn't like it, but now, yeah, I appreciate it. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup for real. He even almost hated me wearing lipstick. So like, I just wasn't raised in an environment where there was a lot of importance placed on external things. My dad was always about like saving money and me, like he was pouring into how he wanted me to be as a person, knowing how to do business. Like when people came to my events, make sure you send them a thank you card or give them a thank you card. Like just things like that to help me become a better person versus worried about like external things, having all the new shoes that came out, all the new trendy clothes that came out. And so now at this age, I still don't care about that type of stuff. Obviously I keep myself up, you know what I'm saying? I do shop for myself during the seasons, you know, as the seasons change or whatever, but I don't place a lot of importance on having, you know, the newest iPhone, the newest shoe that just came out. I've had money to be able to buy designer bags and things like that. I have a Louis bag, but that my husband bought me that when we were younger, and he was in his phase of buying a lot of things. He bought me a Louis bag. Now I don't even carry it. I don't want to carry it because people gonna look at me a certain way and have these preconceived thoughts about me, thinking that I have money or whatever just because I got this Louis bag on. So I'm not saying I don't wear it for that reason. I wear it for special occasions, like when we go on dates or when we are invited to a nice event. But other than that, I don't just carry it around just to carry it around and say that I have a Louis bag. So I say that to say, like, I'm happy that I'm not an over consumer, because one, for me, I care about building wealth, and that's something that me and my husband are very intentional about and we're growing into. And so I'm not easy to be influenced to buy certain things. I see through all the marketing. I see through the, girl, did you see they got this on sale? People always, girl, they got, Ross got this, TJ Maxx got that, Walmart got these on da-da-da. Okay. I literally be like, oh, that's cute. Keep it moving. So-and-so just came out with a new perfume. Oh, okay. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I have things that I like. Like, for me, I love to keep my hair done. Like, that's just me. Right now, I'm letting my hair breathe because I've been braids back to back all summer. Letting my hair breathe for about a month. And best believe I'm about to have some braids in a couple of weeks. Let's see. I love keeping my hair done. I do like keeping my nails and my toes done. They're not done right now, but I do like to keep my nails and my toes done. I like to stay groomed. I like to smell good, but I don't have 10,000 perfumes. I keep about 2 or 3 in my collection, and that's about it. I have an Apple Watch. I like to keep track of my steps, my workouts, all the things. I like to wear earrings. I like to dress nice as well. But I just don't place a lot of importance on that to the point where I'm sacrificing my bills to buy these things. So that's just me. I wanted to make this video for people who are like me, who are 25 years old and you're on a straight and narrow path. Because we live in a world that will make fun of you or call you lame or all these things because you don't do what everybody else do and you actually care about your life. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be somebody who is not too involved with things that are of this world, to be strong-minded, to be able to resist a lot of things. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Once again, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I haven't done things or that I never will do things, but it's just the fact that who I am as a person, I do my best, and naturally, really naturally, I don't let external things move me. So like, I'm not easily influenced to take in substances or to consume certain things or to go out and do certain things just because that's what social media is telling us to do. So if you're somebody like me, I respect you. Kudos to you. Keep being who you are. Don't let nobody tell you that something's wrong with you. Don't let nobody tell you that, you know, you gotta change who you are to fit some type of societal norm. Be who you are. Be your authentic self. And yeah, love yourself. And these are things that I had to tell myself because I used to kind of, like I said, beat myself up about it. My bad, y'all, my camera overheated. But yeah, like I said, I used to be somebody who would beat myself up about it, but now I love myself a lot. I love myself to the highest degree of being able to love myself, in the sense of God is within me. I know that God loves me, and that's all that matters. My confidence comes from God and not from man. So I hope you can get some inspiration and some affirmations and confirmation from this video within yourself if you're somebody who is young and wanting to be on a straight and narrow path where you may not be doing what everybody else is doing, you may not look how everybody else look, but you're following the vision, you're following the path, and you are comfortable in who you are. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one.